This academy and the students are partner of our projects. So the students during last 2 years make also videos with some messages from another countries of Mediterranean, and they read this text in English for us. So they make videos, and we are very, very grateful for this partnership. Yes, we start now, and first speaker today evening is the director of Goethe-Institut from Zagreb, another partner of our project. Our partners are there. Goethe-Institut is a cultural institution from Germany, and Mr. Matthias Müller-Wieferig, the director, is with us. I am very happy about it, that he came from Zagreb with his wife to visit us, and he will speak to you first. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud and pleased to be here. I would like to start praising Alida Bremer and her role in this literary mapping of the Mediterranean, and in the first festival, which is called Lit International. It's all these points which are connecting at the moment. We find that a very strong initiative on behalf of the Goethe-Institut. We are proud to be partners of this initiative, and we have been part of it for the last 3 years when Alida came with this initiative in the first place. We tried to develop that as a European program. As you know, we weren't successful in the first round, but I'm very sure that we will be more successful in the second, because the idea is so convincing. The problems behind the Mediterranean kind of history and now future are quite obvious, and we've had a lot of chances to these days to discuss about them and to stress how important it is to have a kind of literary sensitivity to address many of these problems, which are not only problems of Croatia and of Split, but which we see around the Mediterranean. And we're very happy to see some participants from Libya and Tunisia, because we feel this southern coast of the Mediterranean they are facing, and you are facing, very kind of distinct problems. And in every single place around the Mediterranean, which spans 3 continents, you find a lot of problems. Actually, I know that because Goethe-Institut at the moment, together with their Israeli colleagues, are trying to do an atlas of Mediterranean liquidity. And liquidity is a nice word of, kind of all kinds of problems and of different sides of the sea being hostile sometimes and being very, favorable to tourism and to pleasure and relaxation. And this mapping is needed because it needs to combine scientific approaches about the future, change of climate, weather, the rise of sea levels, and we need to connect more all states and all cities around the Mediterranean. For Germany, of course, and if we want to raise the awareness, we have the perfect group of people with us, because our German guests are literary people as much as they are media people and writing and journalists. So we need this kind of exchange, and we need to talk and to address these problems. Let me just mention, we've been discussing all of them in detailed and very complex forms today, and related to Split, because we can see some of these problems. We had this fantastic city guided tour. We can see a lot about demography, for example, the exodus of people, the exodus of the natives, if I may call them so, and the over-tourism which takes place and takes hold of many cities around the Mediterranean. The ecological side, of course, I've mentioned before, water scarcity, which might not be the case so much here in these regions, but the southern coast of the Mediterranean, they will be turned into deserts if we don't take action. But we need this literary kind of sensibility and the communication coming from that to raise the awareness in whatever countries around the Mediterranean Sea and around Europe. If I'm talking about Germany again, please excuse me for that. I see part of the problem, of course, of demography in Croatia and in coastal cities is, of course, that so many are migrating to Germany. So we are part of the problem. I know all the German tourists, they love the Croatian coast, and if they come to this place, they want relaxation, they want to be out of their own everyday kind of problems and life. But I feel it would be nice to know that our German tourists know about the problems they are causing by a kind of mass tourism and tourism industry. And we can see the results, especially if it comes to winter time. So it might be the best idea, and that was the starting point of our project, that we do something off-season. We strengthen cultural life and initiatives in Split. We try to make Split visible on the map of cities around the Mediterranean. It's a literary center, and the islands around, of course. And we know that there are some young writers here, and then there are literary institutions here who are very strong and who take their local expertise to find solutions to all these problems, or at least to some of the problems. If I may mention another problem is, of course, we've seen a debate today about neighborhood. So we are addressing the problem of the neighboring states and of a still unresolved, let's say, kind of getting to terms with the past. Again, literary sensibilities and meeting and talking to each other and feeling that there is the same kind of attitude and compassion for what is happening to the nature and to the ecology of the space is a vital contribution to this festival as well. So we see parts of our initial ideas and visions, and of yours, of course, Alida. We see them coming true this weekend, a little bit impeded by COVID and other things, but we've seen a lovely winter day today, and we know why we are here and why we appreciate the very special feeling and pride of this place of Split, and why it sort of encourages us that we might be together in finding and discussing and communicating solutions for the future. So in this kind of spirit, I wish you a very interesting evening with some performances and readings, and thank you for coming to you all. And I hope this will not be the last festival, but just the first of a series of festivals. And as some participants said, we would all be very happy to see more from the southern coast of the Mediterranean, from the eastern coast, and have their local and very specific kind of perspectives with us. Thank you very much.